Once you talk to the universe correctly, the shift starts to happen. When I speak to you today, I want you to feel the truth of these words deep inside your heart. Life, as we know it, is a beautiful unfolding process, and the most incredible thing about it is that we have the ability to shape our experience. And the way we shape it begins with the words we speak, both to ourselves and to the universe. Now, I know that some of you may be thinking, but Louise, I've tried everything. I've said all the right affirmations, and still things don't seem to be changing. What am I doing wrong? I understand that frustration. Truly I do. But here's the secret. When we speak to the universe, we need to speak from a place of true belief, and we need to speak with love and gratitude in our hearts. You see, words are not just sounds or simple sentences. They are vibrations. They are energy. And the universe hears everything, whether you realize it or not. I want you to imagine something for a moment. Imagine that the universe is like a loving, wise parent. It's there, always listening, always waiting for you to speak up, for you to ask for help, for you to ask for guidance, for you to declare your intentions. But this loving parent isn't just sitting around idly waiting. No, this parent is waiting to see if you truly believe in your own worth and your own ability to create the life you desire. The universe responds to the energy you send out, not just the words. It listens to the vibration behind the words. I've often said that we can change our lives by changing the way we think and speak. And it's true, but it's also important to recognize that speaking the right words is only part of the equation. There's a shift that happens when we truly believe in what we're saying. The universe responds to your belief, your trust, your openness. It responds to the energy that comes from your heart, from your soul. And so, my dear friend, if you find yourself in a situation where you've been speaking affirmations or prayers or words of intent, and things don't seem to be shifting, I encourage you to check in with yourself. Do you truly believe what you are saying? Do you believe that the universe is listening to you? Do you feel worthy of the things you're asking for? If there's even a small part of you that doubts, then that is where the shift needs to begin. When I speak of shifting, I'm talking about an inner transformation, a shift in perspective, a shift in the way we relate to ourselves and the world around us. And that shift begins with the way we speak. It begins with the words we use. You see, words are incredibly powerful. When you speak to the universe, you are not just expressing thoughts or wishes, you are putting energy into the world. Everything you say and think carries a vibration that sends out ripples into the universe. And the universe, in its loving wisdom, responds in kind. It can be challenging to grasp the full magnitude of this power, but I want you to understand that every word you speak is an act of creation. If you wake up in the morning and the first words you say to yourself are, "I'm so tired, life is so hard," then what you're doing is setting the tone for the rest of your day. Those words are going out into the universe, and the universe responds by bringing you more tiredness, more difficulty. Why? Because that's the energy you've sent out. It's not about punishment, it's about vibration. The universe simply mirrors back to you what you're putting out. But dear one, if instead you wake up and say, "I am grateful for this new day. I am open to all the wonderful opportunities that are coming my way," then the energy you send out is one of gratitude, openness, and possibility. And the universe in turn begins to respond to that energy, bringing you more reasons to be grateful, more opportunities to grow and expand. I want you to hear this clearly. The shift starts when you change the way you talk to yourself and to the universe. The universe is always ready to respond to you. But you need to be clear about what you want, and you need to speak from a place of belief, of love, of gratitude. There is no such thing as a small request in the eyes of the universe. It's not about the size of your desires, it's about the energy behind them. When you speak to the universe with love, with faith, with belief in your worth, then you are opening yourself to a flow of infinite possibilities. You are saying, I am ready, I am worthy, I trust in the process of life. But I also want to remind you that sometimes you will feel as though the universe is not responding as quickly as you'd like. You might wonder, why is this taking so long? Why isn't anything happening? And I want you to understand this. Just because you can't see immediate results doesn't mean the universe isn't listening. The universe operates on its own timing, and often it's orchestrating things behind the scenes that you cannot yet perceive. Just because you don't see immediate results doesn't mean the shift isn't happening. There is a law of divine timing that is always at work. The universe knows when you are truly ready for what you are asking for. Sometimes things need to fall into place before your desires can manifest. And in those moments, it's important to trust. Trust that your words have been heard. Trust that the universe is already moving on your behalf, even if you can't see it yet. And what I want you to remember is this: you are not alone in this process. The universe is always with you, guiding you, supporting you, loving you, but you need to open yourself up to it. You need to create space for it to work its magic in your life. And you do this by speaking with intention, by speaking with faith, by speaking from a place of love and worthiness. The shift begins when you realize that your words are not just idle chatter. They are the language of your soul. They are the language of the universe. And when you speak with this understanding, you begin to change the course of your life. You begin to align yourself with the flow of abundance, with the flow of love, with the flow of all the wonderful things that life has to offer. Now, I want to leave you with this thought for today. Pay attention to the words you use. Pay attention to the energy behind them. Start speaking to the universe as if it is already responding to you in the most loving and abundant way. Start speaking with confidence, with joy, with the unwavering belief that everything you desire is already on its way. And remember, my dear friend, that the shift begins within you. It begins with the way you speak to yourself, to the world, and to the universe. You are the creator of your own reality, and the universe is waiting for you to align your words, your thoughts, and your energy with the life you desire. The moment you begin to speak with clarity and belief, the universe begins to respond. It's as simple as that. I'm so proud of you for being here, for being willing to open yourself up to this wisdom, for trusting in the process. I promise you, with every fiber of my being, that when you begin to speak correctly to the universe, when you begin to align your thoughts, words, and energy, the shift will begin. And when it does, you'll find that everything in your life starts to change. It's waiting for you, dear one. Trust the process, trust the timing, and speak with love. Now, I want you to understand something incredibly important. There is a part of you that might be thinking, I've been trying so hard. I've been working on my thoughts and words for months, and yet it feels like nothing's happening. Where's the shift? And I hear you. I hear that feeling of frustration, that longing for change, and I know how disheartening it can be when things don't seem to shift right away. But I want you to remember this. Sometimes we simply need to give ourselves the space and the time to fully embrace the changes we're asking for. We live in a world that moves fast. We want things right now, don't we? We're used to instant results. But life, true transformation, doesn't always work on the same timeline that we expect. It works according to a divine order, according to the universe's timing, which is always, always perfect, even if we don't see it. So, if you've been speaking to the universe and asking for a shift, but you're not seeing the results yet, I invite you to have patience. Yes, patience. It's not something that comes easily to many of us, but it is so necessary in this process. You see, the universe isn't withholding your good from you. It's simply waiting for you to fully trust, to fully believe, and to fully step into the life you desire. It's waiting for you to align not only your words, but your energy, your actions, and your heart. You are a creator, dear one. Your thoughts, words, and actions are creating the experiences you are living. And when you speak to the universe, when you ask for what you want, the energy of your desire has to be fully aligned with your faith and your belief that you are worthy of receiving it. The shift occurs when there is no doubt in your mind that everything you are asking for is already on its way to you. This is where we often get stuck. We speak the words, but there's a tiny part of us that isn't fully convinced. And that's where the magic begins to feel slow. Now, I want you to think about a time when you received a gift, perhaps a beautiful bouquet of flowers or a thoughtful card from someone you love. How did it feel to receive that gift? Did you question its value or wonder whether you deserved it? Or did you simply accept it with gratitude, knowing that you were worthy of this expression of love? The universe is always offering you gifts, always ready to shower you with abundance, with love, with support. But to truly receive, you must believe that you deserve it. And if there is any part of you that feels unworthy, that feels that you must work harder or struggle more to receive the good things in life, then the universe will have a harder time delivering it. The shift happens when you decide, right here and right now, that you are worthy of every good thing that is coming to you. The moment you believe in your worth, the moment you allow yourself to receive, that's when the flow of the universe can begin to manifest in your life in the most beautiful ways. And I'll tell you, there's something else that's so incredibly powerful when we speak to the universe: gratitude. Gratitude is the most magnetic force we can offer. The more grateful we are, the more we open ourselves to receiving. When we speak from a place of deep appreciation for what we already have, the universe responds by bringing us more things to be grateful for. Have you ever noticed that when you start the day feeling thankful, whether it's for your health, your home, your family, or simply the beauty of the world around you, the day seems to unfold in a more positive way? That's not a coincidence. Gratitude raises your vibration. It shifts your energy. And when you send out a vibration of gratitude, the universe responds with even more reasons for you to feel thankful. So, I encourage you to practice gratitude every single day. The moment you wake up, say thank you. Thank you for the breath in your body. Thank you for the roof over your head. Thank you for the love that surrounds you. Even if your circumstances are not perfect, especially if they are not perfect, choose to find something to be grateful for. And when you speak those words, speak them with genuine feeling. Feel the gratitude in your heart. Let it fill your body and send it out into the universe. When you do this, you are signaling to the universe that you are open to receiving more, that you are aligned with abundance. Remember, the universe is always responding to you. It's listening to every thought you think, every word you speak, every emotion you feel. And when you speak to the universe, speak with intention, speak with belief, and speak with gratitude. The shift will begin to happen, and I promise you that it will unfold in ways that will amaze you. I want to share something with you that I think will help you as you move forward in this process. Often, we think that we need to have everything figured out. We think we need to know exactly how things are going to unfold before we can truly believe in our desires. But I want to tell you something. You don't need to know the how. You don't need to figure out every detail. You don't need to have a plan for how the universe will deliver your dreams. All you need to do is be clear on what you want and trust that the universe knows the best way to bring it to you. The more you try to control how things will happen, the more you limit the ways in which the universe can work its magic. When you release the need to know the how, when you surrender to the flow of life and trust that all is well, you create space for the universe to deliver your desires in ways you could never have imagined. The shift occurs when you let go of the need to micromanage the universe. Instead, let it be your partner in this journey. Trust that the universe knows what you need, when you need it, and in what form it will arrive. Your job is to be clear on what you want, to speak it into existence with confidence, and then to step back and allow it to unfold in the most beautiful way. This is where the magic lies, in the space of trust, in the space of knowing that everything you desire is already on its way to you. When you speak to the universe in this way, when you let go of control and surrender to the process, you open the door to miracles. And miracles are real, my dear. The universe is capable of so much more than we can comprehend. The shift happens when we stop doubting its power and start trusting that it will always deliver in perfect timing, in perfect ways, and for our highest good. As you continue to speak to the universe, remember that your words are the key. Your energy is the key. Your belief, your trust, and your gratitude are the key. The shift happens when you align your thoughts, words, and actions with what you want, and when you allow the universe to work its magic. Now, I want you to take a moment and reflect on how you've been speaking to yourself. Are you kind to yourself? Are you patient with yourself? Or do you often find that the words you use toward yourself are harsh, critical, or filled with doubt? I know this is a deeply personal thing, and it's not always easy to be aware of how we talk to ourselves. But I want to tell you something important. The way you speak to yourself directly influences how you experience the world and how the universe responds to you. You see, self-talk is so much more than just casual conversation. It is an energetic imprint that we place on our lives, and it is the first thing the universe picks up on. If you are constantly telling yourself, "I'm not good enough, I'll never make it," or "things will never change for me," then you are sending out a very strong vibration of lack and unworthiness. And the universe, being the loving, non-judgmental force that it is, simply reflects back to you that same energy. The shift cannot begin when you are speaking to yourself in a way that perpetuates fear, doubt, and negativity. I want to encourage you to begin to speak to yourself with love. When you look in the mirror, tell yourself, "I love you. I am proud of you. You are enough. just as you are. It might feel awkward at first. You might feel like you're faking it, or that it's uncomfortable to speak those words. But I promise you, this is where the shift begins. The universe doesn't distinguish between your internal dialogue and the words you speak out loud to others. Both are powerful. Both are creating the world you live in. And if you want to experience a true shift, you must begin by changing the conversation you have with yourself. I know that many of us have been conditioned to be hard on ourselves. We've been taught that we must constantly strive for perfection, that we're never quite enough, that we must earn love and approval. But that is not the truth. You do not have to earn love. You were born worthy of love and all good things. When you speak to yourself with kindness, with compassion, with love, you open the door for the universe to shower you with all the blessings you deserve. You see, the energy you send out is the energy that the universe picks up on. So, if you walk around thinking that you are unworthy, that you are not enough, then that's the message you're sending to the universe. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, is responding to that energy. It's not that it doesn't want to bless you, it's that it cannot deliver to you something that you do not believe you deserve. But when you change that internal dialogue, when you begin to speak words of love, of acceptance, of worthiness, the universe begins to mirror that back to you. It brings people, circumstances, and experiences into your life that reflect your new, empowered vibration. Now, I want to emphasize that this doesn't mean you're going to be perfect at this. It doesn't mean that every day you will wake up feeling full of confidence and certainty. We are human, and we all have our moments of doubt and fear. But the key is to recognize those moments and gently guide yourself back into the energy of love and belief. It's a practice, it's a journey, and every small step you take in the direction of kindness and love for yourself is a step toward the shift you are longing for. I also want to remind you that when we speak to the universe, we don't just ask for what we want. We also need to ask for help in clearing out the blocks that stand in our way. Sometimes the shift doesn't happen because there are deep, unconscious beliefs holding us back, beliefs that we may not even be aware of. These beliefs can stem from past experiences, from things others have said to us, or even from messages we've picked up along the way. And sometimes these beliefs are so ingrained that we don't even realize we're carrying them. But the good news is, the universe is always ready to help you clear these blocks. You don't have to do it alone. You can ask for guidance, for help in releasing what no longer serves you. You can ask the universe to help you heal any wounds, to help you transform any negative beliefs, to help you become the highest version of yourself. And when you ask with an open heart, with true willingness to let go of the past, the universe will respond. One of the most powerful ways to begin clearing out these blocks is through affirmations. I've spoken about affirmations many times, and I can't stress enough how important they are. When you speak affirmations, you are literally reprogramming your mind. You are telling the universe, I am ready to receive. I am ready to shift. I am worthy of all the good things life has to offer. But here's the key. Affirmations are not just about repeating words. They are about feeling the truth of those words in your heart. It's not enough to say, I am abundant, if deep down you don't believe it. The shift happens when you say, I am abundant, and you feel the truth of it in every cell of your being. You feel the excitement, the joy, the peace that comes from knowing that abundance is your birthright. You don't have to know how it's going to show up. You just need to believe with every fiber of your being that it will. As you repeat your affirmations, feel the shift in your energy. Feel the release of doubt. Feel the embrace of love and trust. The universe responds to your energy, not just your words. So, when you speak with conviction, when you speak with a full heart, you are creating a powerful magnet that draws in everything you desire. And remember, the key is consistency. The shift may not come overnight. You may not see the results of your affirmations immediately, but trust me when I say this. The universe is always at work behind the scenes, aligning the perfect people, opportunities, and circumstances to bring your desires into reality. It's not about forcing things to happen. It's about aligning yourself with the flow of life and trusting that everything you need is already on its way. So when you speak to the universe, speak with faith, speak with love, speak with belief in your worth, and speak with gratitude for the blessings that are already on their way. As you do this, you'll begin to notice the shift happening in your life. Things will start to feel lighter, brighter, and more aligned with your desires. And remember, it all begins with the words you speak. The words you speak to yourself, to others, and to the universe. The shift begins within you. It begins with the power of your words. And once you understand that, once you embrace the power of your voice, your thoughts, and your energy, the universe will begin to respond in ways that will fill your heart with awe and wonder. As we come to the end of this journey together, I want to leave you with one final thought. The universe is always listening. It's always responding. But it's waiting for you to recognize your power, your worth, and your ability to co-create the life you desire. The shift begins the moment you decide to change the way you speak to yourself, to others, and to the universe. There is no magic formula for success or happiness, only the deep, unwavering belief that you deserve the life you want. The universe doesn't need you to be perfect. It simply needs you to be willing to believe in your own potential, to trust that you are deserving of love, abundance, and all the beautiful things life has to offer. Your words, your thoughts, your energy, they are the key to unlocking this beautiful flow. It's not about waiting for life to change. It's about changing the way you interact with life. The moment you align your inner world with your desires, the universe will align with you. The shift happens when you stop doubting your worth and start speaking from a place of confidence, gratitude, and love. And here's the most beautiful part. This shift doesn't have to be huge to be powerful. Small changes in your words, small shifts in your energy can create massive transformations over time. It's the consistency, the faith, and the trust in the process that makes all the difference. So, I encourage you to take this wisdom into your life. Begin speaking to yourself with love. Begin speaking to the universe with belief. And most importantly, begin to trust that everything you desire is already on its way to you. Know that you are always supported. Know that you are always worthy. And remember, when you speak with love and gratitude, the shift begins and the universe responds in kind. Thank you for being here, for taking this journey with me. You are a powerful creator. And now, you know how to speak the language of the universe.